Hi, good afternoon once again. How are you kids? Have you taken a nap or just playing around? Okay, so our next topic here is the influence of geography and how culture affects the establishment of religion. Okay, so first we will go to how does culture profoundly influence religion? Okay, there are various ways in how culture did it. Okay, so number one is belief system. Okay, when you say cultural norms or cultural values, traditions, it shapes the fundamental beliefs of religion. Just like, for example, Hinduism's emphasis on karma and dharma is influenced by the Indian cultural notions of duty and moral responsibility. Next is the interpretation of sacred texts. Cultural context influence how religious texts are understood and interpreted. For instance, the interpretation of the Bible in Western Christian cultures may differ from interpretations of the African or the Asian Christian cultures due to the differing cultural backgrounds and perspectives. Then we have the rituals and practices. Cultural practices often become intertwined with religious rituals. For example, the celebration of Christmas with decorated trees and the gift giving as both the religious significance, that is celebrating the birth of Jesus, and the cultural significance, that is referring to the traditions inherited from various subcultures. Then we have the social structure. Social structure, these religious institutions and practices are often embedded with social structures and hierarchies that reflect cultural norms. For example, the role of women in leadership, right, varies greatly across cultures and regions due to the cultural attitudes towards gender roles. We have ethical values. Ethical values, these are cultural norms that are espoused by religion. For example, Buddhism emphasis on the nonviolence and compassion aligns with the cultural values found in many Asian societies. Okay, so this is very important to take note. Next, we have art, architecture, and symbols. Cultural aesthetics influence religious art, architecture, and symbols. For example, Islamic art and architecture reflect cultural preferences for intricate geometric patterns and calligraphy. If you happen to go to Saudi Arabia or one of the countries in the Middle East, if you go to one of their mosques, you can see the intricate paintings of art, and you can easily say, "Oh, this the religion of this church is Islam." Then we have festivals and celebrations. Cultural festivals and celebrations often incorporate cultural traditions and customs. For example, the Hindu festival of Diwali is celebrated with the rituals that vary across different regions of India, reflecting diverse cultural practices. In Cebu, we have this Sinulog. This is not a cultural celebration, but rather of more of a religious one. Okay, that's why we have this Santo Niño. Language and the vernacular. So the language used in religious texts, rituals, and teachings often reflects the cultural context in which a religion originated. Translating religious texts into different languages can influence interpretations and meanings. The next is cultural adaptation and syncretism. Religions often adapt to and incorporate elements from local cultures through the process known as syncretism. For example, the incorporation of indigenous rituals and beliefs into Catholicism. In Latin America, this resulted in the development of folk Catholicism. Alright. Next is identity and community. Religion can play a significant role in shaping the individual and collective cultural identities. Cultural practices associated with religion contribute to a sense of community and belonging among followers. So, as we see it, the overall view of culture and religion are deeply intertwined, with each influencing and shaping the other in complex ways. Religion often serves as a reflection of cultural values, while also influencing and sometimes challenging cultural norms and practices. With that, I want you to follow on to our next topic, still on how world religions began. Okay, so I'd like you to follow that up so that you may have something on your quiz. All right, so goodbye for now. Thank you for listening.